Welcome to Module 3 of Email Etiquettes course, Language and Tone. In this module, we'll explore how the words you choose and the tone you use can completely shape how your email is received. Here's what we'll be covering. A. Choosing the right language. How to use words that are clear, professional, and appropriate for business communication. B. Matching the tone to the context. Whether you're writing to a colleague or a client, your tone should always fit the situation. C. Avoiding the tone mistake. We'll discuss common tone-related errors that can unintentionally sound rude, abrupt, or confusing. D. Tips for a polite and respectful tone. Practical suggestions to help you sound courteous and professional every time. E. Examples of effective language and tone. Real-world examples to show you the difference between poor and effective communication. Let's get started and learn how to write emails that not only inform, but also leave the right impression. Let's now talk about choosing the right language. When it comes to writing effective emails, the words you choose matter. Your language shapes how your message is understood and how you're perceived. Let's look at 3 key aspects to focus on. First, clarity. Your message should be easy to understand. Use simple, direct language. Avoid jargon, buzzwords, or overly complex sentences. For example, instead of saying, "We need to synergize our operational modalities," a clearer version would be, "We need to improve our teamwork processes." Clear writing reduces confusion and helps the recipient respond faster and more accurately. Second, brevity. Everyone's busy, so respect your reader's time by keeping your emails concise and to the point. Instead of long-winded explanations, use bullet points or short paragraphs. This makes your message easier to read and quicker to act on. Remember, less is often more, as long as the message is complete. Third, professionalism. Maintain a tone that's appropriate for your workplace. Avoid slang, abbreviations like "you" or "please," and emojis, unless you're sure they're acceptable in your company culture. Let's compare 2 versions. "Hey, can you please send the doc ASAP?" T. Checks. "Hi, name. Could you please send the document by the end of the day? Thank you." The second one sounds far more professional and respectful. So to sum up, use clear language so your message is easy to follow. Keep it brief to save time. And always stay professional to make the right impression. Up next, we'll talk about how to match your tone to the context of your email. Let's now talk about matching the tone to the content. When writing an email, it's not just what you say, but how you say it that matters. The tone of your email should match the purpose of your message and your relationship with the recipient. Let's break it down into 3 common tones: formal, neutral, and informal. 1. Formal tone. Use a formal tone for professional communication with clients, senior management, or people you don't know well. This tone is respectful, polished, and avoids contractions or casual language. For example, "Dear Mr. Smith, I am writing to inform you about the upcoming changes to our policies." This sounds clear, serious, and professional, just what you need in formal settings. 2. Neutral tone. A neutral tone is ideal for everyday workplace emails. It's still polite and respectful, but more relaxed than formal writing. Here's an example. "Hi, name. Could you confirm if the report is ready for review?" It's courteous, to the point, and fits most professional situations. 3. Informal tone. Use an informal tone when you're communicating with peers or colleagues you know well. It's friendly and conversational, but still respectful. Like this. "Hey, name. Just a quick reminder about tomorrow's meeting. Let me know if you need anything." This tone helps maintain a good rapport without sounding too stiff. The key is to adapt your tone based on who you're writing to and why. Too formal in a casual setting can feel distant. Too casual in a formal one may seem unprofessional. So, choose wisely, and your message will always land the right way. Coming up next, we'll talk about common tone mistakes and how to avoid them. Now let's talk about how to avoid the tone mistakes. Even with the best intentions, the tone of your email can sometimes be misunderstood. Let's look at a few common tone mistakes and how to avoid them. 1. Avoiding overuse of caps lock. Writing in all caps can feel like you're shouting, even if you don't mean to. Let's look at 2 examples here. Example 1 in all caps. "Please send the report by 5 p.m. Example 2. Avoiding overusing of caps. Could you please send the report by 5 p.m.? See the difference? The second one sounds calm and respectful. So, save all caps for acronyms or emphasis, not your entire message. 2. Balancing politeness and assertiveness. It's good to be polite, but being overly apologetic for normal requests can weaken your message. Instead of saying, "Sorry to bother you, but I was wondering if you could possibly look at this," say, "I'd appreciate it if you could review this document at your earliest convenience." This version is respectful yet confident and gets your point across more effectively. 3. Being cautious with humor. Humor can be great, but it doesn't always translate well in writing. Without voice or facial expressions, jokes can be misunderstood. Use humor only with colleagues you know well, and even then, keep it light and professional. For example, "Hey, name, just a quick reminder about tomorrow's meeting. Let me know if you need anything." This kind of message is friendly and appropriate, but still clear and respectful. The takeaway: tone is powerful, and small mistakes can lead to big misunderstandings. So, always read your message once from the recipient's point of view before you hit send. Up next, we'll look at some tips for maintaining a polite and respectful tone in every email. Now, let's see some tips for polite and respectful tone. Politeness and respect ensure your email builds positive relationships. They are the foundation of good email communication. Here's how you can maintain this tone. First, use polite phrases. Instead of saying something like, "Send this now," try, "Could you please send this?" It softens the request and shows consideration. Similarly, saying, "Looking forward to hearing from you," is much more courteous than waiting for your reply. These simple phrases create a more respectful and professional tone. Second, always acknowledge the recipient's efforts. For example, you can say, "Thank you for sharing your feedback. I appreciate your time and effort." This shows that you value their input and are grateful for the time they've taken to respond. Third, be careful not to sound accusatory. Even when something goes wrong, try to use neutral, collaborative language. Instead of writing, "You didn't send me the file," you could say, "I couldn't find the file. Could you confirm if it was sent?" This approach avoids blame and keeps the tone constructive. In summary, small language choices can make a big difference. Politeness and respect don't cost anything, but they go a long way in making your emails more effective and your relationships stronger. Let's now look at how we can apply everything we've learned about language and tone with some real-world examples. These simple before and after comparisons show how a message can go from sounding abrupt or negative to sounding polite, respectful, and effective just by changing a few words. Example 1. Before, "Send me the files ASAP. I don't have time to wait." This sounds rushed and a bit demanding. It might make the recipient feel pressured or disrespected. Now let's make it more professional. After, "Hi, name, could you please send the files by the end of the day? I need them to complete the report on time. Thank you." This version is clear, respectful, and still communicates urgency without sounding harsh. It builds cooperation rather than creating tension. Now let's look at the second example. Before, "Why didn't you inform me about the delay?" Again, this might come across as confrontational or accusatory, even if that's not your intention. Let's rephrase it in a more thoughtful and collaborative way. After, "Hi, name, I noticed there's a delay in the timeline. Could you share the reasons for this and the updated schedule? Thank you." This version addresses the issue directly but respectfully. It opens the door for dialogue rather than blame. These examples show how just a few small changes in wording and tone can make your emails sound more professional and more effective. Remember, how you say something is just as important as what you say. That brings us to the end of Module 3, Language and Tone. In this module, we learn how the words we choose and the tone we use can greatly impact how our emails are received. We explored how to choose clear, concise, and professional language, how to match your tone with the context, and how to avoid common tone mistakes that can lead to misunderstandings. We also covered practical tips to maintain a polite and respectful tone, and looked at real examples of how small changes in wording can make your communication more effective and professional. Mastering your language and tone is key to building trust, clarity, and respect in every email you send. Coming up next, we'll focus on formatting and presentation, how to make your emails visually clear and easy to read. Let's continue.